What's going on, everybody? It's Matt here at Driver Studio. Thank you so much for checking in with us today. I'm going to be doing something that, from what all y'all out there in YouTube land have really seemed to enjoy, and that is me doing some paint work stuff. And I'm going to be doing a lace paint job. Again, this is the second time. So if you make sure to go back a little ways back, check out the 61 Buick that I did a year or two ago. I threw down some lace on that, but this time I wanted to make sure I did a lot more detailed video, kind of give you all my tips and tricks and show you exactly what I do kind of start to finish. So I'll hop right over here and show you all the car. This is the 89 Lincoln Town Car. Picked this up from a neighbor about a week or so ago. Yes, this has a mural of the wonderful Mr. B.B. King. Now, yeah, little on the fence about this. It's not the best mural in the world. There's some problems. Obviously, not everybody's into the mural action. It's cool, but it's just not a very good quality. The other issue that I have going on here is the clear coat on the hood is significantly yellowed out. Kind of hard to tell under these lights, but yeah, this is a lot more yellow than this. Also, I think what really happened is when this got painted, it threw a lot of overspray on this up here as well. So, unfortunately, what I've decided to do, even though I kind of bought this thing because I thought it looked really cool with Mr. King on the hood, I've decided I'm gonna get rid of this. I'll take you through the process and the steps of me prepping it out, but then I'm gonna be painting this. I'm gonna go down the side of the car, right above this line. I'll be coming up through here, boop, just like that, and taking this all the way back. So you can see I kind of started masking right here, and I'm going to take it up onto this trunk as well and do this back section. I'll have my lace laid out. So I'll kind of go over some of my prep action tonight with y'all, and then tomorrow I'll be finishing up my prep and get my first color on here, and of course covering up some stuff like the air ride kit. Make sure to subscribe so y'all can see in the near future when I get the air ride going from EasyAirRide.com. We're going to be throwing that on the 60 Impala. And of course, go back and check out some of the previous videos about that car, the fun things we've done with that. And you know, we're going to have more videos coming out here in the next few months of that car. So we're going to dive into this thing now. Sorry, of course, junk and debris everywhere. Yes, look at this. The distance between, look at literally an arm away. But you know, it's a big car, 1989 Lincoln Town Car. This thing cruises too. I love this car. It's a lot of fun. I'm probably gonna throw it up on eBay, auction the car off, and we'll see what happens when we go from there. But without further ado, I'm gonna jump into this thing. I'm gonna start getting it prepped out. I'll walk y'all through the process. Once again, thank y'all so much for checking us out. Make sure to subscribe below. And of course, jump over to driverstudio.com, driverstudio.com. Throw any kind of videos, the stuff y'all are working on, cars you got for sale, projects you're working on, cool burnout videos, you made a YouTube video. Make sure to share it with us. Be part of our car community. So we appreciate y'all coming over and checking us out today. Here we go. All right, so first things first, what I've done here is I masked up the trunk. Now, I don't really want to pop this open because everything's sealed up nice and tight. But all through inside here, because I'm going to be painting this surface and this surface, I've got the edges all inside there taped. You can kind of just barely see inside there, but kind of the underside of the inside of the deck lid, as well as the inside of this jamb, that's all masked. You can see how the tape is coming out from right through here. What I'll do is I'll take off this emblem. I'll remove this emblem. These just come off with some glue, double back tape type stuff. This emblem is going to get masked off. Now, I've already done some masking on the other side, but what we also have to do is we need to mask up. Look at that beautiful interior. This thing just shines like a diamond. Okay, we need to mask off through this area to make sure when we're painting out here, we don't get a bunch of overspray in here. And we need to, of course, think about this area. So when we paint outside the car, it doesn't blow a bunch of overspray inside that. So you want to come down a ways, which we'll go over. Same through here, blah, blah, blah. We'll have to pop the hood, kind of mask up through here. Yeah, fun. So now all I'm doing here is I'm just throwing some tape in here to get some of this covered, so when we spray we don't have a bunch of overspray going into the engine compartment. Freak out when they see me mask up my mirrors. They always say, oh, when you pull your tape off, blah, 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 this and that. Y'all are too scared to live a little bit. Have some fun. You're doing a paint job in your garage with a gun from Harbor Freight with a compressor that screams more than a pig when it's going to slaughter. Have some fun. Don't worry about killing yourself and making yourself irritated and agitated by trying to rip one of these mirrors off or trying to rip the freaking door panel off on this car. I know a lot of you, oh, you know, it's not a big deal, take your time, blah, blah, blah. You know what, we're trying to get this car in and out, have fun with it, make it look cool. At the end of the day, when this car is finished, as long as it looks good, we don't have any paint reactions, and everything's nice and clean, success. Remember that. Have fun with it. Don't kill yourself on trying to take stuff apart. You don't know how to take a door apart or pull a mirror off a car. You could take the whole entire weekend just trying to do that stuff. You frustrate yourself so much, next thing you know, you got a car seat in your garage halfway ripped apart for a couple months. Throw some tape over this, throw some fine line around it, you're good. Piece of plastic, piece of paper, don't worry about it, get the car in paint. Let's get it done. So now what I'm doing here, you'll see where I pulled that blue line, that blue fine line, a couple things. I let it drop right into that natural edge on the mirror. It's got a little bit of a curve going into it, but it's all good, don't overthink it. Now where I pull my blue fine line across these gaps, I always make sure to cut them with a razor blade right down the center, and then I like to fold my line over. Then you need to come back over the top, run a piece of tape right down this edge so you don't have overspray when you're blowing in here, blowing back out onto the rest of the car. Because remember, your paper is going to hang from there down. Now, I'll see people fight pulling the line like that long distance, all day long. Just remember, you're trying to make an overall long span on a flat panel to look like it's straight. The body line might do this just from the factory stamping of the steel. Especially over time, the door alignment might not be completely correct. This is a great opportunity for you to give the optical illusion that your doors line up dead nuts straight. All you got to do is remember, you don't want to try to go inch by inch and work that line down. You want to go to where your doors meet, your gaps meet, maybe just give it a nice little tap right there and pull it 3-4 feet. come back and go down that distance and start to look down that panel and just see if your eyes can see down it and everything kind of lines up together. But once again, remember, you don't want to work the tape down onto the panel in every couple inch increments. You want to try to pull it back, have your tape kind of popped up off the panel like this, so you can wiggle that tape as you're going back. And then you're just going to give a nice little tap every few feet in your door edges and your gaps. So that way as you're looking down it, you can see where you're at, and then you kind of pull it back and boom, you lay it down all together in one nice long continuous strip. It really helps you to be able to get a nice straight appearing tape line, as well as, like I said, make that artificial look like all your body lines are real nice and straight. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these emblems off the back. I got the center emblem masked up, pretty happy with that. And I'm gonna go around this. All I do is I pop the edge of it a little bit with a razor blade, nice and clean. We're gonna slide this up underneath behind it. Just gonna walk this down it. Yep, that didn't work as planned, did it, friends? Now, what happened there? That sucker broke right on the pin, which these pins don't have any nutserts on the back. They just slide right up inside of there. Unfortunately, when I put the pressure on it, it snapped that sucker. That's all right. We're gonna work with it. With this section right here, there's really no chips, no nothing nasty. We're gonna come through here real well. As we go, we'll make sure to burnish our edges. And what I mean when I say that, just go around, make sure everything's down snug. Just make sure everything's good, you know. If you already did it while you were going the first time around, kudos to y'all. But just make sure that's all good. Of course, you can kind of do that while you're hitting it with your Scotch-Brite. It's kind of what I like to do. See, just popping up a little bit right there, popping up a little bit right there. We're gonna go around this. We're gonna hit this with maroon Scotch-Brite, bring it back up into here, and then we'll kind of sand through here, quickie. Got some stuff, a couple little chips here and there. Nothing too bad. We do got a chip right here. I want to buzz that guy out a little bit. Clean up the glue from where the Lincoln emblem was that I destroyed. Oh, that's nasty. Get that off. Make sure hit down in that jam real good. It's just a little tiny jam, but that's the kind of stuff that kind of people forget. And then when you hit this through here, blah, you get stuff that blows up in there. But once again, down this side, I think we'll be okay with just hitting this with maroon Scotch-Brite. Coming through there, make sure to scuff up against the tape lines real well without messing up your tape. Go down, you want to scuff all around those tape lines so that way when you pull your tape, none of your material that you put down comes off with it. So let's start by doing that, get all these edges done, and then we're going to come back and we go start sanding the back end of the car. Okay, so now if you all are not familiar with this, this is maroon Scotch-Brite. I like to do this to give it a nice adhesion while I'm scuffing the sides of the panels. We're gonna cut this sucker in half. And boom, take a razor blade, a nice dull one, so that way if you slip, you cut your hand wide open. And we'll set this right there in that dust cloud of nonsense. And we're gonna start scuffing the side. Now it's tough to get in there, but you gotta get in there as much as you can. It's those spots like that where people go, oh, it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. That's the spot right there that if you don't get some scuffage in there as good as you possibly can, your paint is not going to stick. Now, since this mirror is a good jump off point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get all the way up to this back side of the mirror or front side of the mirror, whatever you want to call it, right here, scuffed up. I gotta go check on the puppy dog. Let's go check on him. Let's see what he's doing. What you got? Second snake of the day? No. Oh, you found a North American rock. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's see, is there anything underneath it? Look at that. Did you just catch some grass? Oh, puppy dog. It's okay, have fun. Oh yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm real happy with that, friends. Okay, so now you got this little tiny spot. It's about a 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch that goes right in between the deck lid and the vinyl top. So gotta make sure we don't miss that. So we're gonna take our Scotch-Brite, kind of go in there and kiss that a little bit. Ooh, now that chip right there, just a little bit bigger than what I want. So what I can do is got my sandpaper. And what I got here, a little bit of 220 grit sandpaper. Just wrapped it around my little piece of Scotch-Brite. Just gonna kind of go over this right here and kiss it. Just kiss this little guy. See if we can't get it to feather out. We're gonna come up here on this side of the mirror. But now I got the wonderful Miss Hot Rod Alley out here. We're gonna walk around the car, discuss a little bit about what we're about to do here, and what do you think about Mr. King coming off the hood?
You know, I feel a little irreverent by removing him, but I have to say I've looked at pictures of him. I don't know that this is what I would call the most flattering picture. I love the story of the reason why the BB King mural was placed on there. The story goes, the guy who bought the car said that the original person who had the car at the time and wanted BB King placed on there, the reason was because they lived kind of a rough neighborhood, and they had a theory that if they put a mural on their car of somebody that a lot of people in the community respected, that perhaps the car would be less likely to be vandalized or tampered with.
Now, on a scale of vandalizing for this car, how unvandalized would you say this car was?
This car is pristine. It hasn't been touched at all, so the theory worked.
What do you think about the rest of the car, masking wise?
The rest of the car looks great. We got to go for a ride in it this week. My first time riding it. For me, there's a lot of nostalgia because it reminds me a lot of what my grandparents used to have back in the day. And they would drive to and from Arizona. They did the snowbird thing. And so it was really fun to get to see a lot of things in the interior. Remind me a lot of my grandparents' car, as well as exterior-wise, kind of some similarities too.
Well, you saw the idea that we're going with now. You've actually seen the material. What do you think of the choice? You think we're going a good route? You think it's going to look cool with the lace idea?
Yeah, I think the lace is going to look beautiful. Well, I think it's going to look really good. I feel a little bad. Sorry, Mr. King. But he's a legend. He's going to live on.
Just not on the hood of this car.
Yeah.
I'm going to get to sanding now. So I guess we'll be back in a little bit with you. And we will show how the car looks once it's in color with the new patterns on it.
Yeah, I'm going to let the master work. I don't want to be in here while he's painting. It's too fumey for me. So
cool. All right. Well, we'll have you come back in a bit.
All right.
Around the edge a little bit more, knock the shiny off. So you can see BB is no longer visible on the hood, just the silhouette of a magical man. It's all good. We're gonna do something magical on this thing now, hopefully. Honestly, I think that's good enough. So what I'm gonna do now, throw the garage open, get all this blown out, then we're gonna get this car all tacked off. We're gonna get going. This is a black single stage that I'm spraying down to cover up all this nonsense. Now, you are not seeing me shoot a sealer on this for the simple fact, one, the car already has a really nice paint job. This is basically what a lot of us in the industry just call scuff and shoot. So I'm not really needing to seal anything up. Yes, in theory, you could seal up some of the work that's been done on here if that's the route you wanted to go. I'm not really concerned about that. Everything's sanded up really good. Everything's good. So I'm gonna go right over this with the single stage black. This is just some old single stage black. I'm watching my cure time between my activator and my accelerator. I'm gonna step that out. I'll walk you through that process as we go. We're gonna shoot down the black. I know it covers well. We're gonna cover all this up, and then we'll be back to shoot the next color, the dark red, the maroon. And then we'll hit that with the lace, the stripes, the clear, blah, blah, blah. So stick around, here we go. Whoops, brain fart. Didn't have my camera recording as I removed the first piece of lace. But here it is with it off there. on the first little section. So I'll set this up and y'all can watch me peel the rest of this off there, and hopefully I don't screw anything up. But yeah, so far I'm real happy with it. I'm excited to see it in clear. All right, we back out here, give y'all a little sneak peek. I gotta say, on film it looks brighter, but from what I'm seeing looking through the lens, it looks brighter, but out here in the shop it looks a lot darker. But yeah, it's killer, it's popping. That's not bad to come back in on, right? Oh, beautiful truck. All right, friends. So I'll tell you right now, that last coat of clear, it was a bear. This thing is fighting me, because one of the things you have to remember when you're doing a lace paint job like this, especially when you're throwing in 5 million pounds of flake and pearl, you're gonna have some crazy, crazy texture. And that's what I'm fighting right now. So I'm waiting time in between each coat. You gotta wait hours sometimes. Now, you can let this dry tomorrow or next couple days, knock it all down and go with another coat of clear. That will save you a lot of material cost if you want to let everything gas out, fully cure, do its thing, buzz it down, get it to a nice level surface, maybe hit everything with, you know, I don't know, I guess 1,000 grit, 800 grit. I wouldn't go much lower than that, because you don't want to knock down too far into your pearl and flake, even though you do have one fat coat of clear on top. But I'm not gonna do that, because I'm gonna build a show car. So what I'm gonna do now is, since I have some of that 3480 clear that I showed y'all in the last little clip, I'm gonna mix that up and I'm gonna just load it up on this and hope for the best. Fingers crossed. We haven't had any issues yet. Everything's been working really well together. Once again, that is because I strongly believe keeping all your activator, accelerator, or your windows open, everything needs to go together and flow really well. So if it makes sense in your head, roll with that. So I'm gonna suit up the rest of my way, get this clear made up, and we gonna finish this up. Crazy. Reflection looks great.
You can even feel the texture a little bit of the lace in it.
I don't know if we want to tell people that. Let's check out the trunk.
Sorry.
What do you think about the off-canter stripes?
I like it.
Kind of fun?
Yeah.
I know, I thought it was something different.
Super fun. And I love how you did the black with sparkles all the way along the top edge here. Just gives it a nice little something. Looks great.
You know me, I like that flake. When you got some more sunlight, it'd be cool, but yeah. It's all good. Well, everybody, we appreciate y'all checking out the video. We hope you like the in-depth. We tried to go as in-depth as possible on how to do this lace paint job, but I think we're gonna wrap it up for the night, get home before it gets too dark. It was fun cruising with y'all today. Please remember to subscribe below. Make sure to go over to driverstudio.com, driverstudio.com for other cool stuff, and make sure to post your video up on there, whether you're out rolling, doing a paint job, you got something to sell, you're looking for something to buy, you just want to ask a question, do some Q&A type stuff, feel free to pop on over there, let us know what's going on, and we'll try to help you out however we can. Spread the word to your friends. Let's make this site grow. We're gonna head home now. It's been fun. Driver Studio out. I know. It's tough being famous. I thought we were famous.
It'd be nice to be.
Maybe one of these days. We need to do a filming where we like jump a car over a small canyon.
Thelma and Louise style.
Eating a $4,500 spicy Cool Ranch Dorito.
What on earth? Why are people selling things like that online?
People sell stuff like this online.